Welcome to Yerba Talks.
Welcome to the Aftershow. I am Max. This is Kat. And today we have a debate between Casey Malone and Andrew Wilson. Is Christian nationalism bad for America? So, let's get that link over to you and we'll pin it. So if you want to join, you just need to click the link right there and you can come here. Magic of the internet. It's almost like wizardry. Before we get into that, make sure to do a social thing is like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and you subscribe to Yerba Mate Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. I see some of our friends are already here. Vanguard Shield, Aldebaran, Proby, Tay. Let's go. Yes. And, we had a more interesting debate than we've had before. I kind of like the Casey's approach. And I'm sure we'll get into it. For those of you who don't know, if you see the stream as kind of weird, we are testing out. There's two streams going on right now. StreamYard made an update, and we have the regular one, the one that you all know and love, and there's also a vertical one that is more intended for people on their cell phones. So make sure to watch it in the best. I tag them. If you look at the title of the stream, you will see one that says vertical stream and one that says the normal one. All right. That was something. CJ, hello. And we'll see if we'll give it a second until some of our friends start joining. Baba Ali says, I'm on phone, but I still prefer this one. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, but they still need to. I can't modify the stuff on the screen on the vertical one yet, but we should be able to take care of that hopefully soon, because I love StreamYard because they've been putting on many updates since we started using it. So I think it's worth the $100 per month. Clive Wells said, if you want to know what living in a theocratic state would be like, move to Iran. The assumption that Christianity would be in any sense better does not hold up to scrutiny. Yes. This flowery idea that if Christians, like if full-on Christian nationalism was in power, everything would be perfect and fine is so moronic. And that's one of the reasons why I say that Andrew Wilson is not that smart. That's in the plethora of reasons, that's one of them. Aldebaran said, I went there, left a few comments in chat. They shut down non-subscribers. I left. I'm not listening to Andrew without being able to respond with subscribing. Right. Probably is in the correct stream. Let's go. All right. Let's get some people in here because I don't want to do the after show alone. That is boring. But we started with Casey, and she started, she didn't have a presentation, but, what you gonna do? It was her first debate. Other than that, her presentation, she defined the term as she was going to use it and laid out her case, which I think it's a very valid criticism. A little bit nitpicky, if I may. I think she attributed a lot of the downside of current society in capitalism, which is a fair criticism. Um, which is a fair criticism, but it was more about Christian nationalism. So I think exploring what Christians do when they are in power and where they have been in power, aka, for example, the Spanish Inquisition, that would have been a little bit better argument. And experiential realism says Casey was unconvincing on morality. This wasn't a debate about morality, but okay. If right and wrong is down to preference, a little parrot. Don't you love that? I learned from Andrew Wilson to say my preference. Like, that is so low IQ. It's down to preference. We are doomed. You can't derive a not from an is. Love the crashing out. Love it. Love it. It's not my preference. It's our intersubjective preferences. But there's also, they also have to be aligned, for example, within secular humanism with the values of humanism itself. So you can't just say it's my preference because it's our collective preferences. That's where all of you parrots fail, because you repeat stuff that you heard from a person who is not smart. Look.
Lord.
Hello, Specs from Down Under. How are you?
Australia.
Yeah,
How's it going?
I'm doing awesome. And given that you're here, give me just 1 second before we continue with this. I saw something like extremely funny, and I would like you to double check with me if it is actually true. Boom, boom, boom. Where is the Shadow Amate Talks memberships? And while we're at it, if you are not on the Shadow Amate Talks memberships, what the fuck are you doing? Join the Shadow Amate Talks memberships. So here we go. All right, 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Window. There we go. So apparently, a nosy kangaroo broke into a wheat farm and feasted on on the crops, and needed 4 days to sober up. Do you know anything? Have you heard about this?
No, but that does sound like something that could happen. Because the kangaroos are just everywhere. They just, yeah.
Can you imagine a kangaroo like all high and looking for some munchies?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, we usually use them to do the Uber Eats. They just hop to your house, but
That must be wild. My boss lives in North Carolina, and he shows me pictures of deer that just go left and right. She did not say preferences, because it's not just preference. Your argument is reductionist and wrong, and you're just parroting Andrew Wilson, who is also dumb and wrong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I call Andrew Wilson Mr. Reductio ad absurdum for a reason.
Oh, yeah. Basil says, just to hear the Shadow Amate critiques of Andrew Wilson, I'm sure it'll be strong. Oh, yeah.
It's going to be. Don't worry, stick around.
Basil, the problem is that I need you to address the contradiction of you, as you say, strongly critiquing MDD while just sending low-tier troll comments, and also sending them a bunch of money each debate. So I would like you to address that. I've asked you like no less than 10 times, and I know that you have a retention problem, but answer the question. How can you claim that you are criticizing and that is a bad platform and all of the stuff that you say, while at the same time continuously monetarily supporting them? How does that make sense in your head? Would you please answer that question? How would you value your answer my question, fuckface? Answer my question. All right, Specs. Thoughts on Casey's opening while
Uh,
I get water.
yeah, her opening was pretty good. She defined her key terms. She defined what Christian nationalism is, why it is a problem, and why it will fail to address the needs of today. That needs that was spawned by capitalism. She did a pretty good job in her opening, and yeah, that's what I've got to say about Casey's opening. Master's just returned.
Oh, poor, the dummy is crashing out. No one is talking about absolutes, moron, because it's not an absolute fact that it's immoral to kill. Otherwise, self-defense wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah,
And
or
and you can't even say that cannibalism is wrong because it is generally wrong. But if you look at the tragedy in the Andes, there's a bunch of books and movies about that. Cannibalism was the moral and justified thing to do. So again, you morons are wrong.
yeah, I
And
mean, it's generally I find people who have like these absolute principles, not generally, they there's always an exception. It's like
yeah.
I don't really like talking absolutes. There's always going to be some narrow exception where it's possible or morally justified.
Yeah, because I would generally say it is not moral to lock up, like to force people to breathe. But let's say we were down to 100 people, then you could actually make a case for forceful breathing when, for example, the existence of the human race is like literally on the line. So yeah, I mean, and these moral absolutists are just dumb. And let me just tell you that when Andrew tells you that Christian morality hasn't changed, he's wrong, lying, and wrong again.
Yeah, that's a lie. It's not just him that says it. Every time they say it, it's a lie. Their
Yeah,
morality usually takes time to catch up with secular morality. The other way, I find that
yeah.
they.
I mean, it was secularists that pressure people to. Uh, for them to stop their barbaric practices like stoning people. And let me just tell you, if we were to go by Christian morality, Andrew Wilson should be stoned because he literally cheated on his wife, got some other lady pregnant, and then he had to divorce and remarry.
Oh
So
yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear that something that happened. I didn't know about it though.
yep. I mean, that's just that's the case, right? So even their morality fails. So experiential realism, you're making yourself look like a fool. Oh, you're so jealous. I love that. Just so jelly. Why didn't you bring that up? Because I am not supposed to debate. I'm not supposed to debate while the debate is going. I sometimes go into one of my song accounts and I comment from there, but I'm not supposed to debate on my main account. I mean, I'm lucky that they let me promote the after show on the channel when it ends. So like chill. And then he did answer my question. He answered my question here. 1 second. Here. Said super chat to denigrate Christian. You just make yourself look like a complete moron, but okay. Christian nationalists and their supporters. The supporters which, when you send money, you become one of. So you still haven't addressed the contradiction yet. But okay. I know that you're not that smart. It's okay. All right. We have Brandon. Hello.
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 I am hearing an echo. I
What
think
up?
it's from you.
I'm using
Are you-
earbuds.
Headset headphones.
So
Okay. Let me see if I can.
uh,
Oh, okay, it's okay, no problem. Do you want to give us some thoughts on Casey's openings? Oh, well, he left. Okay. Let's go there. What does the dummy say? Have you heard of Hume's guillotine? Nope. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
this,
Oh, you are. That's not dummy. That's not an ad hominem. That's an insult. That's a straight insult, moron. Double
yeah,
moron.
let's just clear this up. Ad hominem is when you say that their argument's wrong because,
Yeah.
let's just clear this up. It's when you say their argument's wrong because they're stupid. It's not me just saying out of the blue that someone's dumb. I'm not making a judgment on the argument. I'm just calling them an idiot. That's not ad hom. Ad hom is if I say you shouldn't listen to their argument because this guy's a moron.
Boom.
That would be ad hom.
You just got schooled, son. You just got fucking taken back to school by the hand with your little lunchbox. Get back to us when you get off from the school bus. Oh. I mean, it's funny because you're hiding in the chat when you literally have a link and you could come tell me
Come on.
how I'm wrong.
You can tell me how stupid I am.
I will
we
stop
we know you're not going to hop on. We know you're not going to hop on.
I will stop the after show to debate you, dummy. So come on. And I literally explained. I mean, it's not shortly. It's on the next one. Oh, okay. You're scared. That's obvious. Thank you. Because I did give the argument. You just are too stupid to realize that I crushed you. But okay.
You're getting crushed, bro.
You're literally losing the debate, bro.
You're so out of your league, bro.
And then Andrew Wilson, of course, with all the theatrics, with saying the adults are here, and the crux of his opening was like, "Oh, Christianity, we're winning. Yeah. I mean, oh, it's late, but it being late, it doesn't prevent you from being in the chat. The only reason that prevents you from being here is that you're fucking scared shitless. But it's okay. I know, I'm pretty scared. So Andrew's whole argument was like, oh, Christianity, we're winning. Spoiler alert, they're not. It's one of the few places where things are still like this. Uruguay is... the Archbishop of Montevideo has to go out on national TV to beg people to go to the church because no one is going. So, I mean, his whole argument was basically his regular shtick, a whole bunch of made-up words that then dummies like experiential realism repeat without even knowing what the fuck they're talking about. And the theatrics and so on, and of course a giant straw man of what Casey had said, and all of the buzzwords like the birth rates and this and that. Bunch of dumbasses. What are your thoughts on the opening?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Andrew Wilson's usual. It's his usual script, all the atheists are just moralists, shells of people who just seek pleasure, and just bring degeneracy. That's all he does. It's his usual. He just says all atheists are this, and he has to put people in groups, and he's telling of what a secularist or an atheist is just completely wrong. His idea of, and then he pairs that in with leftists. It's like, no.
Oh yeah.
It's just he just strawmans, reductio ad absurdums, and
it's funny because like. There is no the actual Communist Party of the US is infinitesimal.
Yeah,
infinitesimal.
Yeah. Same here. We have it's got 500 members. It's
on the other hand, the Communist Party of Uruguay won the elections, and they are actually in power right now. So. And then there was one thing that Andrew said that I actually prepared a little demonstration of how he is so fucking wrong.
I remember you sent me that Andrew Wilson debate impression that you put on the, I think on the Shed Mate Discord.
What?
That 18-minute comedy sketch you put on the Shed Mate Talks Discord was so good. How Andrew Wilson debate.
Was that me?
No, you didn't put it on. Someone else put it on. But I'd strongly recommend.
Owen Benjamin versus Andrew Wilson.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about that one.
No, I reposted it because someone posted that video to the section of pictures of the day. Like, please. All right. So, Andrew Wilson, Casey said that there's people going hungry in America. And Andrew Wilson said, how can there be people hungry when we're the fattest country in the world? They said, because those things are not mutually exclusive.
Your food in America is the one of the worst quality in the world. I was once watching something that said their food because they have
it's
no
experiential realism here. So I wasn't gonna hop on. Yeah, you were so sure about that, you fucking moron.
I'm surprised.
You can't derive, you fucking idiot. You can't derive a naught from an is.
Okay.
It's the ought. You don't even know that. Morons. Who am I debating with? You don't even know anything about Hume's guillotine.
Yeah, so
morality isn't about preferences. It's about caring for the well-being of people.
Yeah.
It stems from consciousness, which your physicalist worldview doesn't even explain.
Yeah, we explain. It
does.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's something
everyone knows about the hard problem of consciousness. You're full of shit.
Shut the fuck up. If you ask me a question, you need to grant me the grace. You are muted, dumbass. You are muted. You can keep on yelling while high on cocaine, strung up at 5 a.m. on the UK. So you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. I need you to shut your fucking mouth and let me answer. So, yes, it is about... He's still talking while muted. You're muted, retard. You're muted. No one is hearing you. No one is hearing you. You ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. You ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to take you off mute when I'm done answering the question. Oh, is that the best Christians have? Yes, that is the average Andrew Wilson fan. A fucking retard, strong. Like, his eyes were fighting to get out of his face because he was so high on cocaine. Don't you love that? Holy shit. Yeah, he dipped.
Yeah, he dipped. Yeah, because and now he's gonna bitch. He's gonna bitch about how Max didn't let him talk. I know he's gonna do that.
Well, he asked me a question and didn't let me answer, so I do whatever the fuck. I do whatever the fuck I want. This is my house, bitch. Andrew unironically made the argument that how can there be people starving when we're the fattest country in the world? And I thought, like, interesting. Let's do the numbers. Why don't we? The US has average 18% homelessness, and one could say, you look at that.
Oh my! Yeah, that's the opposite of what happened.
You spent 2 minutes speaking on mute, and I got schooled. Sure, bro. You asked me a question, and you didn't even have the Holy Spirit patience to let me answer the question. You dumbass! Don't do cocaine and philosophy at the same time. I mean, I know you were on cocaine. Your eyes were trying to get out of your skull. So I made a little Excel file here. Let's say this would be 100% of the population. And I did basically a little bit of a distribution. So for the people, the 18% of the people that one would consider malnourished or starving, I put 40 kilograms. And yes, we're doing this in metric, deal with it. Then,
I mean, that works for me. That works for,
Then I put a bunch of people with an average weight of 75 kilograms, which is pretty much normal for an adult. I put a bunch of people with 100 kilograms. And then I put some of the really, really fat people with over like 150 kilograms. And I put 6 at the end with like, actually 9 at the end with 250, like people that go off the charts. Mm-hmm. And that gives you an average of 108.7 kilograms. So this, oh, look, muted me. You retard. You asked me a question and you wouldn't let me answer. You wouldn't shut up your fucking pie hole. I told you several times, you asked me a question, I'm going to answer it now, and you kept yapping like 2 minutes after you got muted. So it's not my problem that you're a retard. So in this scenario, which is not that far-fetched, it's not that far-fetched at all, you have 18% of people are literally starving, and the average still means that people are obese. So Andrew just got like owned by math.
Yeah, but it's just but Max, is math just your preference?
No, it's our collective.
Yeah, I'm taking the piss.
It's our collective intersubjective preferences.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong by that, because that's exactly how the Christian system works. If not, if you say no, then why aren't you stoning people to death? Because your book is barbaric and your morality system is what you call your morality system is bankrupt. Ooh, who is a shield? Wait. Me? Am I a shield? A shield for who? I don't know. Never mind. So what were your thoughts on Andrew Wilson's opening specs?
I think I already gave them, but yeah, it was the straw man.
Sorry.
I think I gave them, but if you'd like me to give them again, I can. But yeah, I gave them already before. I school you in your house, and you don't want to hear it because you're ignorant. No, I mean, if
no, let me. You asked me a question and you couldn't stop spurging for a second so I could actually answer the question. No, the only thing that happened here is that you showed that, number one, you're a cocaine addict, and number two, you can't hold your tongue. Even after asking me a question, you wouldn't shut the fuck up. You spent like 2 minutes while speaking on mute, and while I was telling you that you were on mute and no one is hearing you, you're just an idiot. Complete idiot. And what you can do, if you are so inclined, you can email Modern Day Debate and tell them you want to debate Max, and I just tell them that I have accepted beforehand. So email moderndaydebate@gmail.com and tell them you want to debate Max, because you already lost to me on my channel, and now you would like a neutral place. So it's okay.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, I think Andrew's opening has got to be one of the worst I have ever seen him do. It was kind of funny. And when he said that thing about like, how can there be people starving while we're the fattest country in the world, I fucking lost it. Like, how can someone be that retarded to make that kind of an argument?
Exactly. And as Watts says, in Australia, it's going up as well. It's the same thing in Australia. We have a huge poverty rate, but we're still quite a wealthy country.
Right?
It's like,
I mean,
it's like,
let's say I weigh 500 pounds. Does me weighing 500 pounds and increasing the weight average for everyone else mean that you, Specs, cannot be starving? No.
That's like me saying there's no one who doesn't drink because I drink 2 beers a week, or 2, 3, 4 beers a week. It's so dumb.
Oh, look at him. He's so crashing out. I love this. We love when people like you come and crash in the chat.
Oh, yeah, it's...
I'm not even a Christian. Well, you sure sound like one.
Yeah, you sure do.
I know you morons aren't worth it. Yeah, the dude that came in, asked a question and didn't stop talking while muted for 2 minutes, we are the morons. Sure. I know logic is not too keen on you, people, but yeah. That's disgusting.
Moron.
That's disgusting. Yeah. I prefer not to fuck my mom. You're 100% correct.
That must be the first time in his life too.
I mean, the fact that you might be disgusting enough to fuck your own mom, I mean, that's on you. Pablo says, who's the special person in the chat? An Andrew Wilson fanboy who came in, puffed his chest, and couldn't hack it. So he quit.
Yeah.
So open discussion. I think she was great. I think she was like calm. She tried to make a push. She was trying to have a debate, and Andrew Wilson was just putting on his his macho theatrics.
Yeah.
And like he basically derailed the whole thing. I think she was very calm, very centered. Oh, you lost, dummy. You didn't let me answer the question that you asked me, so you lost, fuckface. I think it was Andrew that made the debate like worse.
Yeah, it's I was able to listen to the whole thing because like I had it in the background, so I'm surprised I was able to do that with Andrew there.
Yeah,
but, he just does his straw man introductory episodes. He refuses to honestly engage. I would go so far as to say that his behavior is intellectually dishonest in debates. If he's to actually engage.
Oh my! We got another crash out incoming. Let's go.
You lost.
Who's coming?
You.
Oh, hello.
No, you are the one that's on cocaine. Look at your eyes. They're trying to get out of your skull. And again, dummy, you're speaking while you're muted. So you asked me a question. Would you like to reiterate the question? Are you going to have are you going to have an actual conversation, or are you just going to spurg out? Okay. So calm the fuck down. I know that you're high on cocaine.
You too. You too, Max. Calm the fuck down. I know you keep talking about cocaine. You're addicted to it.
You don't tell me what to do. This is my house, bitch. You don't tell me what to do. So make your point. Avoid all the other stuff. Make your point.
Okay, Max, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I said to you before that your physicalist worldview can't explain consciousness.
Yes,
correct?
It's something the brain does. Done.
Where's your evidence for that?
The fact that if I drive a spike into your head, your consciousness stops.
Oh, what, like that Phineas Gage, I think he was?
No, the fact that if you die, your consciousness stops.
I thought we were going to have a proper conversation.
Yes.
No, listen, there is the case. Have you ever heard of the case of Phineas Gage?
No.
Right. So actually, Phineas Gage had a metal rod go through his left hemisphere. Yes. And guess what? He never lost consciousness, but his perception of the world changed.
Yeah, that's
right. All that proved is that if
stop. That's called neuroplasticity, and it happened to people that have got magnum shots and have lost half of their brain. This doesn't mean that consciousness is supernatural in any way. You're just cooking yourself, dummy.
Max. First of all, you're misrepresenting me. I never said consciousness was supernatural. That's not my view. Okay. But I did say, my point is that consciousness, I contend that consciousness is not generated by the brain. Now, I never claimed that hold on.
What generates consciousness then?
Consciousness isn't generated. My worldview is that consciousness is fundamental. It's a bit like a field, and the brain tunes into it. Have you ever heard of the filtration theory?
So you're a retard. I don't care about none of this woo nonsense.
Have you ever heard of Aldous Huxley? Thomas
Yes.
Huxley's nephew. The
Yes.
biologist Thomas Huxley. Have you ever heard of Aldous Huxley, his nephew?
Yes. You're very slow. Please keep up. I said yes 3 times already.
You obviously haven't, otherwise you'd be familiar with the filtration theory of consciousness, which views the brain as a reducing valve for consciousness, and it gets
Sure.
filtered through. That's why I brought up the case of
I
Phineas
don't.
Gage,
I don't give
right?
a fuck.
Because
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because you're woo nonsense. Again, you're speaking while muted, dumbass. I dictate the conversation. You're in my house. I dictate the conversation. So I don't care about your stupid ideas of consciousness. If I drive a spike into your brain and I kill you, your consciousness stops, full stop. Whether you think that comes from the brain or that it's the ether downloading into your brain cells, that is irrelevant. How do you get from this moronic, retarded idea of consciousness to morality?
you don't Google. Listen.
Answer the question, fuckface. Let's go one more time. How do you get from this moronic? He's still speaking like a retard. How do you get from your moronic, retarded idea of downloaded consciousness from the ether or whatever the fuck? How do you get from that to morality? Go. I want that question answered, nothing else.
First of all, consciousness is irreducible. It's a fundamental, right?
It's not.
And no, hold on a minute. You're not letting me explain. You're just dictating.
Yes.
You're not listening. You're ignorant.
Yes, this is my house. I dictate the rules. If you want to debate me on a neutral platform, email James, moderndaydebate@gmail.com, and I'll debate you on MDD. I don't care about what you think consciousness is. What I care right now is what you originally said about morality. How do you get from your derpy views of consciousness to morality? Answer that question. Go.
Answer. You're not being fair.
I don't give a fuck. Answer the question, fuckface.
Am I off mute now, you fucking idiot?
Yes, you know that when you get muted, you get an actual icon on your screen. Are you so high that you can't even see your phone?
Scared. You're scared. That's why you keep muting me.
Motherfucker, answer the question. How do you get from that crappy idea of consciousness to morality? Go. 5th time I asked you.
I'll explain it to you if you let.
6th time I asked you. I don't want you to tell me that you're going to explain. I'm going to unmute you. I want you to start the explanation. 6th time. How do you get from your idiotic view of consciousness to morality? Go.
Max, why are you calling it idiotic? You haven't even heard it. You're a fucking ignorant twat.
I don't give a fuck. Answer the question, fuckface. I'm going to give you just 2 more chances to answer the question, and then we're going to continue with the after show because this is a waste of time. Answer the question. How do you get from your derpy views of consciousness to morality? Go.
How do I get? Listen, I'll give you a definition of consciousness and you can get morality out of it. You know how?
Tell me the process. I don't care about your views of consciousness. I'm granting you your derpy views of consciousness. I'm granting them to you. I don't care to talk about that. Tell me, how do you get from that? Like, is my English too high level for you, fucking retard? How do you get from your derpy view of consciousness to morality? Answer the question 7th time or 8th. Answer the question once and for all.
Consciousness is awareness with a will, and it's
I don't give a fuck what consciousness is. I don't care what you think it is. Tell me, how do you get from that to morality? 8th time I ask you the question. Let's go one more time. Let's fucking go. One more time. The question your answer has to start. Morality derives from consciousness in and then you have to continue. You have to continue the phrase, okay? Answer the fucking question.
I'm gonna answer the fucking question, right? Pussy face.
You say, I'm going to answer the fucking question. You're not answering the fucking question. I need you to answer the question without the preamble, without the definition of consciousness. Answer the damn question. This is your final shot. If you don't get the answer now, I'll just kick you and we'll go on with the after show because this is just retarded.
Max, you can derive morality from consciousness because
How? Motherfucker, how? That's what I'm asking you, you piece of trash.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay.
You are a total.
Yeah. You can't answer a question. I gave you
9
8.
times, guys. 9 times he couldn't answer a question.
Holy fuck.
Oh my.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Hold on. I want to read this because
no, this is not a flatter channel. No.
Oh, okay. No, Atticus Black. I thought he was a theist. It turns out he wasn't. He was just seeing what they would respond with. Cool.
Can we whack him? Yes, of course.
We just did. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Specs.
What?
Can you answer the question? I'm going to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the question. Yeah,
how do you get to?
Okay, that's like my professor asking me a question in class and saying, "Hey, Adam, hey, Specs, can you answer the question?" I'm going to answer the question, Professor. Just waste everyone's time.
So Waka Troll time. Yes, have fun. Have fun with him.
Is he still in the chat? Like,
Toses, I really wanted him to answer the question. I really wanted him to answer. Because I have no fucking idea how you get from a woo nonsense idea of consciousness to morality. That sounded.
I'd like to know. I mean,
that sounded extra derpy. Yeah. Where were we?
We just finished discussing. We're talking about the open discussion about
open discussion.
Andrew Wilson's opponent You said that Andrew Wilson's opponent did well. Then I talked about how Andrew Wilson just straw manned, and that's what we got up to.
You know what? I need to give us more thoughts on your side of the open discussion. I need to get a screenshot.
Yeah. So, and it was like, what was his opponent's name again? Sorry, I forgot.
Andrew Wilson. Casey
had a lot of like she defined what the problem was, like why Christian nationalism won't address the issues and how it's making it worse. Andrew Wilson just pretended that people aren't hungry in America, just went on about like the usual right-wing talking points, migration and stuff, which and then said and then didn't really provide much of this why Christian nationalism is good. He just goes back to his bullshit phrase that power only comes from the barrel of a gun and just went off that, which is just not true. Like you can have power through democracy, which he just doesn't understand or doesn't believe in. Sorry. And yeah, it was just his usual script, just for this debate, and a bunch of reductio ad absurdums, because why not?
Yeah, and the funny thing is that even because the reductio is a valid technique. The problem is that you have to actually do the reductio properly. And the reason why I have this here is because look at this glorious screenshot. Look at those hard-boiled egg eyes, like literally fighting to get out of his head from the intraocular pressure from the cocaine.
That's even no sleep or drugs.
That is 100% cocaine. Proper FPV. I saw that. I saw you arguing with Rimjob. I was looking for Jimbo because he's running away from a debate with me. He told me he would crush me in a debate and challenge me to debate him on MDD, just email James. Email James moderndaydebate@gmail.com, and you should be able to get a debate with him. Yeah, sure. It's a waste of time to debate. Like I showed just now, debating these retards is just a waste of time.
It's you don't do it for the like intellectual value. You do it if you want to laugh or want something to do if you're bored.
It's for the lols.
Or just to fill time if you have a gap in your schedule and want something to do. It's not, but Crackhead Gollum from Baba Ali.
Oh my God. Arlindo Batista. How that is one of the shittiest names. We have some very shitty names in Latin America, but that name is just awful. I saw that proper FPV. I saw that whole interaction with Jim Bob. I was paying attention to that. It was wild. I think you handled that beautifully. With all and for example, there was a moment when Andrew Wilson was like, "Oh, would you like to see the statistics? Do you want to bet?" Every time one of these morons tells you that, you should say yes.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, if Witsit tells you, "Do you want to bet?" Bet him.
Yeah, but Witsit never pays up.
He never pays. But you will win the bet, because the reason why they make those bets is because most people don't people in general don't gamble like that. And they're counting on that. So it really throws them off when you say yes. And and what he was saying, I think it was about some statistic. It's like, okay, Andrew, pull it up.
Pull it up.
Pull it up in the chat. So, it is kind of a waste of time. Oh yes, Earl, we are on the other one too. I don't know. I'm testing out the vertical.
It's essentially just on the screen on the streamline. You see like the horizontal and the vertical. It's if you need to watch it. I guess if you want to watch on your phone, which I'm not.
On your phone, yeah.
Vertical. Otherwise, watch horizontal. It's much better.
Isn't the troll usually whacking himself already? Oh, yeah. Let me see how this looks on my phone, because I haven't actually checked it out. Oh, it doesn't look that bad. Oh, and wait, does the chat, are the chats separate? Let me check. Test. Boom, boom, boom. 1 second.
I see on StreamYard.
On StreamYard, I see it, and it also shows me that it shows me like a cell phone icon that tells me that it's coming from the vertical streams. But yes, chat is separate. I mean, the people who are in the mobile chat cannot see what the other people say, but on here on StreamYard, I get everything unified.
Yeah, we get both. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. All right. Boom, 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 boom. The other thing that kind of always gets me is like, oh, look at communism, it failed. Like, yes, okay. There was a famine. There were a bunch of stuff, but then you also have the issue that the U.S. was actively working against communism. Yeah. So when you have someone trying to do something and you have someone else with bigger and more resources, like later, if you're trying to ride a bike and I come and I put a fucking huge stick in your wheel, then
yeah, I mean, it's, like, and what do? Is they default to the Soviet Union, which if you ask any modern communist, no, barely any of us except would want Stalin back. They always default to Stalinism.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I know that I don't want that Russian system of communism because, well, my parents lived under it and it wasn't good. And when you look at Stalinism in history, it's not good. That's a form of authoritarianism that, although economically could be called communist in nature, neglected to take into account the ideas of freedom and liberty, which a lot of communists actually somewhat value. They value personal freedom rather than economic freedom, which Stalinism doesn't value at all.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Look who's back!
And yes, the question of I killed.
Thanks.
Oh, yes, a lot of people in Russia still idolize Stalin. Yes, to the
He came back. He came back. He's going to crash out again.
Yeah, Max, can you get a counter? We started at 9 for how many times he hasn't answered the question. We started at 9.
Okay. So before I put you on the stage, this is the question that you have to answer. I don't care how you define it. I don't care what consciousness is. How do you get from your derpy view of consciousness to morality? Answer the question. This is the 10th time. 10. 10. Okay? 10.
Okay, here we go. From experience, the experience of well-being, of happiness, and what we're aiming towards. We're aiming towards well-being, towards happiness, and from that we can derive morality. Because after all, experience is the same as consciousness. It's awareness, and awareness is experience itself.
Sure.
So that's my answer.
The problem that you have is that you just define well-being and happiness, and they're not the same thing. Because, for example, psychopaths derive happiness from killing people, and that is opposite of well-being. So you're incorrect there.
Hold on a minute. I never conflated the two, and also psychopaths. Yes, they are. They what makes them happy is to see others suffer, right? It's Schadenfreude. But they are misaligned with the values of the majority. They don't adhere to the golden rule.
I understand that, and the golden rule is irrelevant. I understand that. But the problem is that the metric is well-being. It's not happiness. Because when you are well-being can override happiness. Because, for example, right now, I started today going on walks because I need to control my weight. And I fucking hate every second of it. But it's conducive to my well-being. But I hate it. I literally hate it. So you sometimes do things for your well-being that are not conducive. So the measure is well-being, it's not happiness. And you could have summed all of that moral intuition.
Okay, Max, but you also have an understanding that you have to do something uncomfortable in order to improve yourself physically, right? So that understanding happens in consciousness, does it not? So that proves my point.
I don't care about remove the consciousness talk. I don't care.
No, but consciousness is relevant because we have it. It's a brute fact of reality, is it not?
I don't care.
You can't say that. You have to face me. You have to face me, right? Because I've just provided a very clear and cogent answer as to how you can derive morality from consciousness, right? And some individuals are misaligned. Some individuals, they thrive on Schadenfreude, right? Psychopaths. What makes them happy is the unhappiness of others, right?
Right. And that's what I'm
But the thing is, that's not conducive to the well-being of all, and that's why you get utilitarianism.
And that is why you do not use happiness as a measure of morality. That's what I was trying to tell you. You were correct. You were half correct on that it's well-being. But what it does seem like is that you have the same moral framework as me, which I'm an atheist.
But
you do have the same moral framework as I do. And that moral framework is not the moral framework of Andrew Wilson.
I know, but Max, it's not just happiness, it's well-being. I mentioned well-being. And many different things can...
I just explained it to you. Happiness is a bad metric because with happiness, you can get into cases in which you can morally justify a psychopath. But when you remove happiness and you establish well-being as the metric for morality, then you discount psychopaths, because whatever makes them happy is not conducive to well-being of society and others.
Or
right?
themselves.
That is just
You're
a
saying-
minor correction on your position. But you and I have the same moral position then.
Yes, I get what you're saying, and I would agree with what you're saying, definitely. But the thing is, there is a kind of understanding. So you have an intelligence, and you want the betterment of as many people as possible, right? So you would have an altruistic understanding. Your moral compass, right, would be poised towards altruism, because altruism is beneficial.
Right.
Even in Darwinian evolution, altruism is what saved us. We couldn't go on being just self-interested, could we? So in a way, that can only happen in consciousness. It's an awareness that we follow the golden rule.
Don't care. I don't care a single bit about what you think of consciousness. I don't care one bit. Stick to morality. And we would generally agree that we were agreeing to the point of we kind of have the same moral framework, which is well-being. That's perfectly
I know,
fine.
I know, Max, but the only reason why I mentioned consciousness is because it's central to morality, because it's to do with experience. And consciousness, as Richard Dawkins himself admitted, is a big mystery in evolutionary, what do you call it? In evolution itself, in evolutionary biology, consciousness is a big mystery. We
Yeah,
still
the
don't.
thing is that when people don't like, we don't hold Richard Dawkins to, like, we don't hang on his every word. So I don't care really about what he said about consciousness. I don't
I
care
know,
about
but
consciousness. We are here, we are conscious. That's pretty much all we know about it. We know that if your brain stops working, then your consciousness stops. So
we don't know
that
that.
doesn't matter. Yeah, we do know that.
We don't know that because I'll give you Sam Harris. Have you ever
Oh my
seen?
fucking God. I don't care. We don't have high priests in secularism. And if you're so sure that your consciousness don't stop, then stick a spike in your brain, like from the neck, like from here upwards. If you're so sure of your position. There, go.
But then if I did that, then I might not be able to report to you what I experience.
Why?
So
Because you're not conscious anymore, because you'd be dead.
no, not necessarily, because there are cases where people are trapped in their bodies. They're unable to move. They're unable to report consciousness. They're in anesthesia.
Locked in syndrome is not the win that you think it is.
No, but listen, when people are in, sorry, am I unmuted? When people are in locked-in syndrome, they are conscious, but there's no indication of.
Yeah.
You can't go through behavior.
Because
Behaviorism is fallacious.
because there's something else that is happening, that is preventing them from talking, preventing them from communicating, but they're still experiencing stuff. What I'm telling you is that if you drive a spike into your brain, you will not experience any more stuff.
Phineas Gage did. He survived. He never had a lapse in consciousness.
He didn't die, did he?
No, he didn't. But Max,
Okay, then my
Max,
point still stands. If you die, you're not conscious anymore. Prove otherwise.
you don't know because you have never been dead, and also unconsciousness is a very precarious, concept.
Because death is it's permanent in 100% of the cases.
Max, have you ever had an instance?
I don't care about consciousness. I don't care about having this chat. We can have the morality talk. I do not care at all about talking about consciousness one bit. So go back to the actual topic that I would like to talk, or just go away.
Max, I'm just saying to you that consciousness is central to
Don't
morality. That's all I'm saying.
care. I don't care. Don't care one bit. And also, yes, consciousness is sure. More dead people don't have morality. Dead people don't care either. So I don't care. I don't care. And it looks like we largely agree on morality. So why are you even arguing for?
No, I know we agree on morality, but you're wrong about being so sure that you were unconscious at a certain point, because sometimes you think you didn't dream.
Okay, don't
Oh
give
my
a fuck.
Oh,
What part of
yeah.
I don't care to talk about that does he not understand?
All of it?
Oh, shit. He just can't get it through his brain. No, I'm pretty sure his brain is disconnected from whatever. Like, it sounded like he said that consciousness is like a field, and that your brain downloads the like.
And
what?
I Killed Al is right. He literally said nothing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I Killed Al. He said
That was
nothing.
wild. Turtles and tortoises, maybe one, maybe both. I don't know. I'm not tortoise whisperer. Show altruism with each other. When one of them gets flipped upside down, the others rush to turn it over. I've seen that, yes. And it is generally tortoises, because those are the ones that are on land. And speaking of tortoise, let me go get mine now that it's mentioned. I'll mute myself and I'll still hear you, Specs.
All right, everyone. Yeah, so Matt. Yeah, NetTube user, the arrogance was unbelievable. He thought he could beat a philosopher. Sosa said he spoke so eloquently, though. Yeah. Oh, it's cute.
Fuck, I was still muted.
Yeah, you are.
Look at him. He's so beautiful. I love him. 1/n squared, which is Basil, says, you
Is that
are a
Basil's
true
score?
hero with your critique Andrew Wilson in your channel with 20 viewers. Buddy, that's 20 more viewers than you have. Basil, your mom won't pay a bus ticket to go see you. So shut the fuck up. How old is he? I've had him for over 25 years. People think they didn't dream last night until something during the day. I don't care. I don't care about consciousness, you fuckface. How many times? Like, I had to ask you a question 10 times for you to answer. Do I have to tell you 10 times that I don't care about, the whodunit, if you were reading it, I can pull it up. I don't care about consciousness because you don't know it. I don't know it. None of us are neuroscientists. So who cares what therapy views we have about consciousness? Morality, on the other hand, is something that we all experience. It's something that we all... that it influences us all, and it's something that it has to deal with everyday life. That's what I care about. Don't care about consciousness. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, let's just talk about like Christian nationalism. Let's just get back to the topic after playing 2 rounds of Whack a Troll, and it's harmful, and they're trying, and there are some people who are trying to bring some version of it here, but to the point in America, we can see from the rest of the world that it is harmful. You've got goons on the street bashing people up. You've got, we see what's happening in your country. Most of us don't want that. We see that it's harmful, that it's leading. In the US, you just have a government shutdown because they don't want to fund healthcare. I mean, and that's Christian nationalism. It's the idea that although it has very little to do with Christianity, in terms of morals, it's Christianity that fuels it, and it's the worst form of Christianity that fuels it, and is how it's propagated. It's propagated that this is the Christian way. And so if that's what Christian nationalism is, even if it's not exactly what Christianity says, it's the focus is Christianity, and it's a combination of both Christian authoritarianism and nationalism, and it is harmful. All forms of authoritarianism are harmful. So it's not something you want, because it doesn't get you anywhere. We see the results of it in America right now, that it's not working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you get into stuff like, let's make America great again while we send $80 billion to Argentina for some reason. Or while...
30 billion, I think they sent.
Yeah, whatever amount, who cares? Or bailing out, basically buying beef from Argentina, so that now you have to force cattle ranchers in the US to lower their prices by cutting into their earnings, which, I mean, cattle ranchers, there isn't that much margin when it comes to cattle
It's the
ranchers.
razor thin industry.
Yeah, it's holy shit, this is so bad. And Andrew Wilson, like, he made some of the worst arguments he has ever made. Like that one about how can you have starving people when you also have obese
Yeah.
people? It's like, motherfucker, those are not mutually exclusive. You can't have one person be you can have one person be starving and also obese. That I can grant you, because that is true. That is a direct contradiction. But having 18% homelessness, you're going to tell me that none of those people that are homeless are starving? That is just fucked up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Andrew Wilson said that if someone asked him for a meal, he would give it to them. While the other day he was fighting with some other derpling, and he was so proud of moving into a $1.2 million home. Like, yeah, that's really Christian of you.
Yeah.
Earl says, I honestly couldn't make it past his opening statement. It was nothing but beta whining and strawmanning.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just watching the debate, I wouldn't have made it past, but I had it as background because I was doing some work for uni. So that's how I was able to get through the whole thing. My focus was on my uni work, not the actual opening statement. If I just had to sit and watch it, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have finished it.
Rachel, no. That little group has asked James to take my wrench away, and it hasn't happened yet, so it's all good. Ale says, not really. Obese just means a certain muscle to fat ratio. There is such a thing as low body weight obese. Fair enough. I mean, I did. I don't know if you were here for the little example that I did with an Excel file.
I've been here the whole time.
No, I'm talking to Ale. But Ale, I mean, that's a way that I could kind of think of visualizing it very quickly. You could also have someone who is obese that is malnourished, and I do understand that. But yeah, in general, when one thinks of obese, one thinks of fat people, right? But my point is that they're not mutually exclusive. The fact that you can have obese people while at the same time in the country there are people starving because they cannot get access to that food. I mean, if you have someone that weighs 600 pounds, that does not tell you anything about what the other person right there on the side is happening with them. So, and that's one of the reasons why I say that Andrew Wilson is dumb, and I don't know how people think that he's a good debater. Because
he's not.
That was dumb as fuck. Leo says, "Oh well,
I can't see it. Oh, there we go.
Leo says that white Christian nationalism is not about Christianity at all. It's about white Christianity as taught in America, and that is linked to the history of the nation. I was hoping to see if anyone picked up on that. Well, Andrew did go down the route of a little bit of racism. He said, well, black people this and black people that. We've all heard the stuff that they say. And he was basically making the point that though they have lower test scores just because they're black.
Oh yeah, I mean Andrew Wilson said it's completely acceptable to racially profile people. So
yes, which is absolutely disgusting. And
well, no, I'll give context. He said it's okay for ICE to racially profile people when they're doing their operation. I just want to give the context, just so you know.
Interesting. Oh. Basil, you crashed. I mean, you know that I debated Jimbo on MDD, and I actually have requested James that I want to debate Dummy Wilson, and I also requested James that I wanted to debate Raquel Wilson. So all of your yapping means nothing. And it also means nothing when you claim to be so critical of MDD and you keep sending them money. Every single debate, you keep sending them money when James doesn't even read half of your super chats and you keep sending him money. So you are one of the supporters. You said before that you're sending money to mock the Christian nationalist supporters. You are one of the supporters of that Christian nationalist platform that you hate so much. So I wonder, why don't you? It looks to me like you would be more you would be more comfortable in an echo chamber. So you can why don't you find one of those? And I am a hero. Yes, I lift buses from to save pregnant mothers. And I don't know, if you ask Kat, I am a hero. He didn't have a house, and now he has a house.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask you to highlight that. Yeah. Yes.
Bruce Wayne says he doesn't understand why the lower test scores are associated with lower income. And yeah, it's lower income, it's bad nutrition, it's marginalization from society and so on. Yeah. I mean, I was there before I've been a moderator on MDD since before I was hosting shows, you dumbass. You're not very smart, are you? I'm pressing X to doubt. I asked Basil, and he said he has a PhD in petrochemical chemistry. Like,
I mean, I don't have a PhD in petrochemical engineering.
I want to. Yeah, the PChem. That's what you told me when I looked that up. That's PChem. Yeah, that's petrochemical, right? I googled that because I had never seen it, and that's what. I mean, and you're also you're a cancer on the planet. Like, if it's petrochemical, you know. Leo, yeah, he basically said that happens because they're black.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did say that.
Physical chemistry. All chemistry is physical. What are you talking about? Oh, now I know you're lying. Is there a tobacco lobbyist who can call in? Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Again, Andrew Wilson with the whole ban pornography kind of a thing, right? Now, okay. Oh, my fucking cat. He's still crashing. Look, dude, just...
Oh my God.
Either take another line and go away, or just go to bed. Like, you're super lost. I don't care about consciousness. I don't care at all to talk about consciousness. Because I'm not a neuroscientist, you're not a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
You're just lost in the sauce. We can talk morality all you want, but it looks like we agree on morality. It's like moral intuition and well-being. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So Andrew Wilson was talking about banning porn. And if I ever, whenever I get the chance to debate Andrew Wilson, it's like, oh, you want to ban porn? I want to ban cigarettes.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not in favor of banning either, but
No,
if I
of
was
course.
to ban one of them, it'd definitely be the tobacco, because the healthcare costs from tobacco are much more than, you've got, the
Yeah.
cancer, the strokes, then you've got the fact that they're a nuisance in public spaces. I can't stand the smell of cheap cigarettes. They then you have to clean up their butts, the cigarette butts, because they love to throw them on the ground.
yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of downsides to smoking. So I mean, yeah. And he wouldn't want to. And you know what, Andrew? While we're at it, let's ban alcohol also. Because I know
please don't. Please no.
Can you imagine just Andrew Wilson on his next debate after he gets his point and gets porn and cigarettes and alcohol ban, just like straight up tweaking in the debate?
Yeah, he'll be on the shoe polish.
I love how, like, on the previous debate, Jimbo was calling the lady Malish. He was calling her alcoholic and drunk while he was drinking beer. And like both Jimbo and Andrew Wilson are both alcoholics, no doubt about it. No doubt. On the last debate con, it was like 4 p.m. and Rachel, La Raquel Wilson, kept bringing him beers to the debate at like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m.
Wait, kept bringing him beers, so it wasn't just having like a casual one. He was
no,
was like
she
a
kept
refill
bringing
operation.
one after another. Yeah. Atticus Black says, I do want to hear where they think consciousness come from or how it's beamed into their brain. They must have the COVID vax 5G was going to block their deep thoughts from landing.
Oh man.
Look, the retard is crashing out again. Look, retard, I know that it's very hard for you to retain information. That's why you lie about having a PhD. There's two things, and this is like the 100th time I've told you. There's two things I'm an expert at: the English language and music. Nothing else. All the rest is in your fucking head. And no, Arlindo, go fuck yourself. You had too many shots. I don't want to speak to you anymore today. If you want to debate me, email moderndaydebate@gmail.com and also copy me here and we can set up a debate. But yeah, we're doing the after show.
Yeah, and
hold on. Yeah, I think you're lying about the PhD because you keep lying about things that I am expert at when I told you no less than 10 times that I'm an expert in the English language and music. So either you are retarded and you don't have a PhD, or you're forgetful, which casts some serious doubts in PhD. And then, of course, like, ooh, nice boobs. I gained a little bit of weight. That's why I told you that today I started, now that the weather has picked up, I started going out on my walks because I need to control my weight. Like, ooh. Basil, with like just the way I am, just like this, I can assure you, I get more pussy than you, even if you're married. So I it's not a flex. Oh, look at this, not cute. He thinks he won. Like, dumbass, you don't understand that I don't care to talk with you about consciousness. And you kept talking about consciousness. How is it that I lost? Sure. Okay. Yes, I 100% without a doubt know that I fuck more than you. Yes. Even if you're married. Yes. Basil, you're not that smart. Like you're kind of dumb. Okay. We talked about that thing. What else did Andrew Wilson bring up that was super dumb? I think like today was one of those days where he didn't get a single one.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't because it's just, and then this strong man that we just want to live in like although everything's equally distributed. No, we understand that there's going to be some level of disparity. We just think there's too much. We understand that some people are going to live in a $1.2 million house, and some of us are going to live in an apartment. The point is, we don't want to see people homeless and starving. That's what the disparity of problem. We're not stupid that we think everyone should have exactly the same amount of money or exactly the same amount of stuff. We just think that there should be a baseline, and that baseline right now is not good enough.
Right. Yeah, and this idea like he got into the math, or he got into the like, even if you tax the uber wealthy, it wouldn't change a thing. Like, are you sure?
Yeah,
You could literally take half of Jeff Bezos' money and he wouldn't feel a thing, and you could solve a lot of problems. I mean, let's take a look at top 10 wealthiest Americans. Okay, Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. I need a source with the numbers. Okay, Forbes 400. Max says, "Hey everyone, how's it going? Oh,
hello.
we have a derpling crashing out, wanting to talk about consciousness with me. Didn't understand. Asked him a question 10 times before we could get an answer. We have Basil crashing out also. So a lot of fun tonight. Welcome, Max. All right. Larry Ellison, California Oracle, 276 billion. Let's say we take half. That is 130. I'm sorry.
133 billion. No, 118 billion.
I'm taking notes. Give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. So 138 plus 253, let's say, plus 125, plus the next one is Jeff Bezos with 241. That's 120 plus 120. We're already at $383 billion. So let's do the top 10. And you know what? I think I can do. No, I'm going to have to do it manually. Fuck. So 120 plus 179 is Larry Page. That is 85. Plus 166, Sergey Brin, California, Google, 166. That is 50 and 33. That's 88. Plus 88. Plus 150. That is 50 plus 25, 75. 151 plus 75 plus 75 plus 130, that is plus 65. Okay, if we were to take just the half of the top 10 billionaires just from the US, we would get 846 billion with a B dollars.
Yeah.
Billion with a B. Oh, look at the main character syndrome. Remember when I used to super chat here? You must miss that. No, not at all. It doesn't. Yeah, the fact that you think that I do anything for money other than work at the office is hilarious. I don't care about the money. I do this because it's fun, because I like it, because it gives me a chance to talk to dummies like Arlindo or whatever the fuck his name was. Uh, so it has nothing to do with money. And again, do you see me begging for money? No. If people want to send money, that's awesome. If it's not, if they don't, then I don't care either. Like they'll send some other time, or they won't. And we continue.
Hey!
For $5
Bummer.
Singaporean says, "You're nothing, Basil." I agree. Like the fact that he thinks he can control me, like he wants me to beg for money. Like, motherfucker, I didn't beg my girlfriend of 7 years when she said she wanted to break up. I just grabbed my things and left. Do you think I'm gonna beg you, you idiot? So yeah, we could do a lot with $800 billion in the economy of the US. Right? I mean, we could solve a lot of problems. I don't know why Andrew's argument was, even if you take half of the billionaires' money, then you wouldn't do a thing. Like, you would do a lot with that money.
Yeah, I mean, oh, God, so it's that
So
was pretty dumb
ridiculous.
too.
I mean,
Um,
for one, we could just stop the shutdown of the government that's happening in the US right now.
yeah.
We could solve that. Atticus Black says Soylent Green should be billionaires, but the additives to get rid of the gamey taste would be a PR nightmare. Wilson isn't very smart. I agree.
Oh, that's putting it mildly.
I wholeheartedly agree. What else? Because we talked about the stupid argument he made about obesity and starvation. We talked about the other stupid argument he made about the billionaires. Does anything else come to your head, Specs?
Not really. That was dumb. No, I'm trying to think. Not really. He just did his usual script.
Yeah.
He says that leftists just want to gain power to put their will, but it's like you're missing like the nuance of that. That a lot of people are anti-authoritarian on the left. You guys are authoritarian on the right. So yeah, the left wants power, but it's about what you do with it. Yeah, we need to get into power to make things. The leftists would need to get into power to make things happen. Yes, to pass laws for the betterment of society or their will. Yes, we're not disputing that. The difference is when you guys get power, the authoritarian right do things that no one wants. That's the problem. It's not that the leftists want power, but yeah, they're gonna need it.
Yeah, and I mean, Andrew Wilson doesn't value democracy. Let's start by that. Me,
Oh yeah,
as a filthy South American communist, I value democracy more than Andrew Wilson. That is
yeah,
just a fact. And that is kind of funny to me because when you don't have democracy, then bad shit happens.
Yeah.
I would rather have 4 years of a bad government than forever of a bad government. Whodunit says, the way you say wholeheartedly is just amazing. I'm not sure how to put it into words. Thank you so much. That's funny. Catherine, shut your fucking pie hole. So I mean, it was all that. It's just a performance for Andrew Wilson. He was in the dark, smoking his fucking cigarettes, and just like yelling and calling this very nice lady who was there to have a serious discussion, calling her like, "Oh, you're a kid. The adults are here," and yada yada. And I mean, Andrew, you have a couple of years ahead of you to just pull all of this shit. But with the way things are going with the current administration in the US, I mean, the Republicans will probably not get a consecutive term. They will not win the next election because people are already fed up. I saw a woman today that made a post about how this is not what she elected Trump for. This is she
Yeah.
didn't elect Trump to make Argentina great again, right? And that is also another of these of the breakages. Just because the Argentina of the just because the president of Argentina is a tremendous bootlicker, then oh, look, Matt Peters. Hey, man, I've been a mod for Casey since she started up. She's incredible. Thank you for covering this. Oh, we do after shows for almost every modern day debate, but I think she did great. I liked her style. She kept calm. I loved when there was a moment when she told Andrew, I see your feelings and I validate them. And I was like, yes!
Oh yeah, because
She
Andrew
was
thinks
great.
it's wrong because that's
I
going to hurt
think
Andrew
this.
because he thinks it's wrong for men to have feelings. Let's not forget that.
Oh, look at that. You seem obsessed with Catherine because you're Catherine, dummy. YouTube psyop. It's concerning you're hallucinating. Is it a drink? I don't drink, dumbass. I do not drink alcohol. I got drunk once on stream a few, like a month ago, but I hadn't had a drink in like over 15 years or some shit like that. Wild. And so no, I don't drink. I love drugs though, but I also haven't done drugs in a while. I'll probably in December for the year end streams. I'll probably buy me a bunch of weed, but I'll smoke it all that day, and that's it. And yeah, I don't do drugs regularly anymore. Define drugs. Well, my preference of drugs is MDMA, LSD, and weed, but I don't do like any of them.
Yeah, I just stick to beer, whiskey, and alcohol. That's it.
I hate all of that. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. I think Casey handled Andrew well. She was very calm. She was throwing some jabs, but but yeah, but with class. I think that she handled herself very very well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this person is Catherine. I don't drink, you stupid bitch. I don't drink. Did Andrew understand them? Well, I mean, I think Andrew somewhat understands, but he plays dumb. Like, for example, he goes like my preference and all of these
Yeah,
nonsense.
Andrew Wilson has a script, so whatever point is said by his opposition has to be twisted in such a way that he can go back to his script. That's how it's the game. That's the game he plays. He has a script. Anything said by the opposition must be twisted to make that script. Anything he says will be in line with that script.
Let my cat self-play with the dead bird for a bit longer. I kind of like I thought of the example when the Derpling that came on stage was crashing and saying about objective morality or whatever. When Andrew said, "I hate cannibals," I was thinking about this tragedy, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before. The Uruguay rugby team went to Chile, and on the way back, their plane fell in the middle of the Andes. Okay. The drink you're drinking and advertising. This is like tea, you stupid cunt. This is like tea, you fucking whore. It's legal. Everyone drinks it. It's Even there's one of the singers of it's Metallica, right, Max? There's one of the singers of Metallica that he actually goes around with his mate, and he's an American. Then there are the people. I think who was it? It wasn't Mbappe, but I think it was someone. Hetfield, yes, Hetfield, yes, James Hetfield. He drinks mate regularly, and you will see him. I swear to cow, yes. Give me 1 second. Yes, he's an avid mate drinker. Look. Look at that. Like, there's so many pictures of him. Like the thermos, the mate, I don't know, whatever he's smoking there. And there's many reports of like him actually drinking mate all over the place before shows and so on. So many. Jaime. I like that. Jaime Matefield. Oh my, it has side effects. No. Look, I will let you crash out on stream, but if you're going to insult Mate, you know what? You're banned! You're banned! No, you do not get to trash the noble drink that is mate. You do not. You're banned. Proper FPV says, James, as Hetfield said, and when we saw this group of hookers, we when they got closer, we realized it was the Motley Crue. No idea. Who is the Psyop dude? That is Catherine, the one that we banned the other day. But I mean, you can insult me all you want. I'll take it. But you do not get to insult Mate. You do not. Well, Messi is from Argentina, so he does. Even though he left as a kid, he comes from the land of mate. But there's a bunch of football players that they get to play with someone from Uruguay or Argentina, and they learn. They learn. I don't remember now. I think you're thinking of someone else. Futbolista francés que toma mate. 1 second. Antoine Griezmann. That's the one that you're thinking that got it from probably Suarez. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, Antoine Griezmann, and you can see also a bunch of, and look, he has the big mate, so he probably learned it from a Uruguayan. The style of mate, ours is a little bit bigger than the Argentinian one. Like the wide mouth and the wide neck. But yeah, imagine thinking that mate has side effects like this person.
It's just like it just has caffeine, doesn't it? So you can
it's a herbal thing like tea or coffee. There's nothing special about it.
I mean, I've never tried it, but you know.
What?
I've never tried it because I have to order the parts. And, yeah.
The problem is that I talked with someone and they didn't call me back. I talked with someone that has a US company, that they could make engraved mates and so on, and I couldn't. They didn't call me back ever. I don't know if you like beer, you might like mate.
I mean, yeah, I'll have to try to just getting the parts and stuff because I have to order parts online and stuff.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because no one
What?
drinks it in Australia, obviously.
I mean, you need to find the Uruguayans. You need to find the Uruguayans or the Argentinians. But like my tip is, if you ever see anyone ever on the street drinking mate, just go up to them and ask if you can try it. They will more likely than not tell you yes, because that's how we are. I mean, we share the gospel of mate all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. David says Basil actually pisses me off more than any Fleur has ever done. Yeah, he is a little bit annoying, but quite a bit annoying, especially for someone that really likes to bash other people's appearances and hides in anonymity like a fucking pussy. I'll just put it out there, Basil. You are a fucking coward talking about everyone's appearance while you will not dare to show yourself, which is hilarious. I don't know what else. What else are we missing about the debate,
I don't think that was pretty much it. Andrew just
Yeah.
followed his script, and yeah, I think, and of course he does that. Hello. Yeah, I think we covered all of it. Next time Andrew debates, I'm gonna have to remember to have like a Google Doc open, just like write every stupid thing he says down.
Megan says, missing me? Of course, you're always missed.
Let's see who's on modern day debates coming up. Let's just check the schedule.
On the 25th.
The 26th my time. Let's see. Oh, let's see if it's.
No, but that is the wrong time. I'm going to get more water. I'll be right back. Tell people.
Oh no, it's at 5 a.m. Are you serious? It's at 5 a.m. The debate's at 5 a.m. our time, or I don't know what time that'll be for you.
Oh boy, you made IQ Little pull up the all caps. Shut the fuck up, square dipshit. Proper FPV says, I'm drinking tequila neat and a red beer. Well, cheers, my friend.
That sounds good.
I'm drinking water. Basil crashing out. Remember when I super chatted? Remember when I banned you? Ah, that is so cold and delicious. Do I stream to a platform besides YouTube? I don't see the chat he interacting with. Oh, you might. Oh, you're on the mobile. Hold on. You're on the mobile stream. If you want to see the full chat, 1 second, Matt Peters. If you want to see the full chat, you can come on. We have a double stream going on. One is vertical and one is horizontal. But if you click that link, you should come over to where the people are.
Which is mostly the horizontal.
You're more than welcome. Right.
Max V is doubting someone's degree.
Yes. how long does a full cup of mate? Well, this one is big, so I can drink this half and then I can do like a full turn. So I can probably get out of this, which is roughly 250 grams of, or well, a little bit less actually, 200 grams of yerba, and I can squeeze probably 3 thermos of water out of one of these. If you are stingy, what you can do after, let's say you drink 3 thermos, what you can do is we call it ensillar, which basically is kind of making a chair. Like it doesn't have a translation, but it's basically you remove half of the yerba and you put half new yerba, and that way you don't need to like actually start it over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of the bigger the mate, the more thermos of water you can get from it. 3 liters, yes. These thermos are 1 liter each. Yep. Max says, isn't ensillar when you put all the stuff on the horse in order to mount on it? Yes, that too. And you ensillar the horse, but then you ensillar el mate means to do that, to put it half. You basically remove half of the yerba and you put new yerba. But yeah, you're correct. I don't remember what the how specs. What do you call when you basically put the mount on the horse?
Saddle.
Yeah, you saddle. Okay, so you saddle the mate. Yes, that would be the correct term. You saddle the horse, you saddle the mate. What I'm trying to think what else, but the problem is that these debates are getting this one was better than the previous ones, but they're getting so dull and boring. I hope that I proposed James to do I developed my own. Oh, wait, check this out. Oh, fuck. Check it. Is the left more violent than the right? Craig and Max
Again?
versus Rob and Grid.
Did you know you? Are you gonna? Is that you? Are you gonna be there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's on the 28th. What day is the 28th? That is next Tuesday.
Wednesday morning. Great.
So.
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday with me. Tuesday. It'll be on Tuesday.
No, for you, Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. It's on the 29th. Yeah, on the Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah. David says, I honestly can't listen to them anymore. It sometimes feels like James is promoting these assholes. It does, but I think it's important that if they're being promoted, I talked about this, I think it was yesterday, that this whole ecosystem, it's like, okay, we don't advocate for censorship, and that gives you flat earthers and generally despicable people derping out. But then it also has the self-correcting mechanism of us basically going up against them and debunking their nonsense. So I think it's pretty cool that that can happen. And even though they might be promoted, then we also have the position of being able to combat against this.
Yeah.
My argument for this debate will basically be numbers. They're going to go talk about all of this irrelevant bullshit. I'm just going to bring the numbers. And the truth is that when you consider the history of the right versus the history of the left, the right is by far more violent. Inquisitions, the Crusades, the dark. The conquest of America, the conquest of Australia, the conquest of all of the islands in the South Pacific, the monarchy. Like, hold on,
and then we can
wait. Hold on. I'm in the middle of my thought. So yeah, you do have a lot of people died during communism in the USSR, but it's in nowhere. The right has so many centuries of advantage on the left that the left will never be able to catch up, even if they started murdering people on purpose today. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
I was going to say also the fascism as well of the 20th century.
Fascism. Oh yeah.
That's a right-wing ideology by definition. So yeah.
Yep. And don't get me that the Nazis call themselves social democrats, because it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not. It's still. Let's see. People. James asked me to be on a panel for that same topic. I was supposed to be this past Tuesday and told me people flaked out. Did he lie to me? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's about 80% right violence. I would generally agree. Yeah. But I'll do the numbers. I'll put them in a spreadsheet. I'll do a couple of graphs, and that should take care of it. I'm not going to go into all of the. These people just like to yap. This Rob guy, he just yaps and yaps and yaps. Of course, he's from the school of Andrew Wilson, and I will be charitable enough that I will attribute all of the abortions to the left, and still it doesn't even come close. It doesn't even come close.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It wouldn't come close if you include the fact that, like, nationalism, and especially imperialist, expansionist forms of nationalism, are right wing by nature. You've got the whole British Empire, the whole, all the empires really, even like the Russian Empire, which was ultra right wing in the past. They did a lot of killing. Even like not talking about the USSR, the empire before. They did a lot of.
Clive said Mao killed 50 million in the 20th century. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it was around. I think they say it's around 100 million deaths from communist regimes, but it's like on the right, it's way more. I'd say, if you add up.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, so we have yeah, I'm taking a note. Okay, Mao, the 50 million. Okay, add up the other 60 million from the USSR, but then the right also has like a bunch of how many people?
You've got all the people the Nazis killed during World War II, and other atrocities.
Yeah, that's 6 million. Boom, 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 boom. 800,000 from Rwanda. Then we have estimate of disappeared people in the Latin American dictatorships. So across South America in in the 1990, no, sorry, in the 19 from the 20th onwards, where we have Operation Condor sponsored by the US, there's 60,000 deaths. And that those are like the deaths. Then you have all the people that are disappeared and so on. I mean, there's a lot, and we do have Mao and the USSR. There's a lot. There's a lot to make up there, but I'm pretty confident that that the numbers lean to the left, to the right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To the right in how many people they have killed. And now I would pose, for example, the question. I don't have the answer for this. When it comes to capitalism, do we consider capitalism right or left? Because if so, for every person that has ever died from whatever arbitrary point you decide that capitalism started, because they died because they have no money, then the number starts ballooning up really fast.
Yeah,
right?
It's economically right. It's economically right because it's the antithesis of communism.
So, I mean, there is a lot. I'm not going to put on the people that die of hunger because of capitalism. I'm not going to put them on. I'm going to mention that, but I won't like hard count it.
Yeah.
But it is I mean, there is an argument to be made about like, okay, where does the responsibility for those deaths lie, right? The other argument that one could use, if I was a dishonest piece of shit like the Wilsons and these people, what I could do was to say that Mao, he started out as a communist, but when he started killing his own people, he was no longer under the fold of communism, which is what the other team will do to try and minimize whatever I put up. They will be like, oh no, those weren't real, right? That is their strategy is going to be that deny, talk about irrelevant stuff, talk about like censorship and all of these other nonsense positions that I mean, we've seen them do this. So I don't know. I think that will be my that's my approach for
yeah, you could, I mean, even if you want to talk about just ideology, that a lot of right-wing ideologies like fascism require and glorify violence as well.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's all of the official numbers, but then there's also all of the things that we never find out. So historically, one could make the argument that the communist revolution had to be taken by force, but that being said, so all of the revolutions, like when we're talking about revolutions against the monarchy, there's a lot that has to be contended with. And I think that all of these guys, the guys on the other side, I don't think that they're that they will acknowledge their flaws, and I also don't think that that they will be too honest with what happens. So I don't know. I guess I'll start getting ready. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow, Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show will not be streaming, so we will be derping out here.
What's going to be the? Do you know what you're going to stream?
No, derp. No. We're going to derp out, but who knows?
Yeah, we're still waiting for the Nathan Oakley and Whitsitt books for review.
Well, Nathan Oakley has his book Kidnapped by QE and some other derpling. And and Whitsitt. I mean, I suspect that Whitsitt is living in his mom's house right now, so I don't know.
You should have heard the word salad he delivered when he said everything is AFA, and that light doesn't have a speed, that C is just a rate of elimination.
This was Casey's first debate. Yeah, I heard her say that. She stuck with the game plan like a pro. I agree. And made Wilson look like an emotional, non-serious petty fuck. I agree.
Which is what he is. What he is.
Correct. I think that when she told him, I see your feelings and I validate him, I cackled out loud. I was like, yes! I think she did great. I might reach out to her to do like an interview and so on. Because she had to go, I didn't reach out for her to come to the after show. Because, I thought like, okay, she has to go. But I'll reach out to her, and I like doing interviews and so on, and I would like to get to know her better, because I didn't know her channel or that she even existed before. But seeing her, it sounds like she has some interesting ideas. So I would love to talk to her. I'll reach out. Megan says, hey, Max, I heard Flatsoy did a review of Jaren and Dave McKeegan's discussion with Sam. I didn't want to give him a view. Think you can review it? So, look. After Sam said that he had to go from Jaren's channel because whatever, and then Sam spent a couple of hours on Vlad's channel, basically having a cope session about how much Sam had won the debate and so on. So we have the original video to review. That one, I'm planning on doing it. I would love to do it with Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show, both of us together. Then we have the cope session of Sam, Ironwork, Roger Ledwell, JJ, and Slow Sanchez. They were all over at Ironworks channel, just like completely circle jerking each other and so on. And then today in the afternoon, Flatsoy had another cope session with Roger Ledwell and some other derplings watching that video from yesterday. So we have about a month of content from here on out. So be a little patient. We will probably cover all of it eventually, but there's so much derp to go around from that, from just that.
I didn't, my intent wasn't to start the car. My intent was to drive. I started the car by mistake.
By accident, yes. You'll need some help then. Yeah, we'll gather, we'll shine the Derp Vengers signal, and we'll get the... Yeah, there's plenty of content to go around, so we'll need to make sure to divide it in a communistic and fair manner to everyone. Mm-hmm. So everyone gets a little piece of the derp. But yes, there's so much, and we'll probably start with something like that tomorrow. But I want to review the original video. I want to review it with Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show. Final thoughts.
Well, Andrew Wilson just did it. Congratulations to Casey, did a good job, and Andrew Wilson just did his usual nonsense. Christian nationalism is harmful. It is showing itself to be harmful in America every day. We from the rest of the world see it. It's not good to base your idea off what you think Christianity is, and also nationalism is also not a good idea. Those are my final thoughts.
All right, thank you so much. Agio Learn says, I really want to debate whether Trump has dementia and is unfit for office. Think you could find me a MAGA moron to debate? I don't know any MAGA like that. Those usually are found by James.
Get Dragon Fist martial arts.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. There seems to be an argument that you could make that he does have cognitive, at the very least, cognitive decline. So I'll see if I can find, but I don't know. It's hard. Uh, a lot of these people are quite weird. Oh,
Matt, how did
Matt
you?
Matt Peters became a member. Thank you so much, Matt. You can now enjoy a bunch of cool emojis, like, for example, this one. 1 second. Oh, shoot. Like, for example, sun is not object.
Yeah.
And we also have the fascist smile from that Jubilee debate. We have Witted saying, humbly, bro. We have Ross Perry saying, pull it up. And then some caricatures of Dr. J, Isa, and I. So thank you so much, Matt. Final thoughts. Andrew Wilson is dumb. I think Casey did wonderfully for someone who is her first debate. And she did well. I think her points maybe need a little bit of refinement, but it would be just me like actually nitpicking, right? But I think she well, she remained calm. She didn't insult him. She actually showed him that he's a fucking douchebag. So yeah, I agree. And with that, thank you everyone for being here, everyone in the chat. Thank you, Specs, for joining me for the after show.
Right, thank you.
Before we go, make sure to do the social thing is like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your street, and just subscribe to Shadow Mate Talks. And that way we can shoot the lab for the channel. Thank you so much, everyone. We're very close to reaching the...
Wait. Tap that like button.
Hold on, I saw it. Hold on. We're very close to reaching 1,000 subs. I'm pretty excited. We keep growing. Little by little, we add. And little by little, we get the Max sent $5 Singaporean says, tap that like button, or Catherine and Basil will visit your dreams tonight. Ooh. Thank you so much. 1 more hour. Tomorrow we'll stay until the candles light up, until we have 0 people in the chat. We'll stay tomorrow. No, that's not it. All right, thank you everyone. Catch you.
Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great night.